Okay, Terry, welcome back to Money Monday. How are you today?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm doing all right. Just in case you missed us on Saturday, we've made a couple changes around here. Terry and I are still here, but what we've decided to do is go through our full picks like we normally do. But instead of just having a hot dog pick four or a prime rib pick four, what we've decided to do is take $100 challenge every day. We're going to put $100 to work as if though we were really at the track, make our bets. That way we can focus on some key horses and how we would actually spend $100 if we're at the track, right, Terry?
That's absolutely right. Yeah, it's fun too. And it's going to be great. I think it's going to work out really well for us.
Well, it'll help everybody fine tune their wagering strategy skills, so to speak.
That's
What do
right.
you think about that?
I think it's good. Yeah, and I think it makes you really look at what you're betting and what's worth betting and what horses you'd want to be the most money on, that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. All right. Well, you ready to get started today?
Absolutely. Let's get going.
All right. Let's get started in race number 1 at Parx. We can see here. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Let me open this up a little bit bigger because it's tough to see sometimes with these small things. All right. So race number 1 at Parx. We've done a little bit extra work here. We have the name of the horses, the program number. I didn't take the scratches out. I probably should do that going forward, but it's a lot of work getting set up. Over here, the sim odds. You see this column. This is where I take 1,000 horses, 1,000 races using the most recent speed numbers up to 10 and just simulate based upon their speed numbers how the races would come out. This is their odds relative to their morning line odds on that simulation. Again, for the speed, for the early speed, we do a simulation on 1,000 races based upon early pace figures, and we find that the 7-horse here is likely to have the most early speed in race number 1. 55% of the time, it jumped out to the lead at the quarter-mile marker. Race 1 is 1 mile and 70 yards. It is on the main track, as all the races are today. The track is listed as good. At 1 mile and 70 yards, this bias favors inside speed. An 8 outperforms 4 through 7. Our way to the winner circle worksheet to kick this week off, Terry. Again, horses are horses that need the lead to win, so they have ones across past performance lines. When they win, the EP types are usually can be on the lead, can go wire to wire, but also can be within 2 lengths at the quarter-mile marker of the winner. P horses usually don't go wire to wire, but are within 2 lengths of the leader early on. These PC types have the pressure characteristics, but can also close. Early on, we see when the gates open, Terry, that the 6 and the 7 are likely to jump to the lead, but we're not worried about who gets the lead, Terry. We're worried about who wins. So tell us what you think.
Well, I think number 3, Sensible Jim's going to win this race. His last race at Parx Racing was a win, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then number 6, CC Gold Rush, switches to a high percentage winning jockey and drops in class today. Number 4, Stevie T, has a high percentage winning trainer and a good workout on December 6th. And my long shot is number 7, Leon's Blue Moon. He switches to a high percentage jockey, has the highest last speed rating, and he drops in class today.
And I see you have a couple of bets right here already. So you're coming out of the barn swinging, putting 15% of your bankroll to work right away.
That's right. I like the number 3 quite a bit, so I'm going to take that. And as an extra thing, that was my dad's name, Jim. So that always it gives me for any of my kids or parents, that always gives me a little to bet them. So
okay, so you're putting 15 to win on the 3 and a $1 exacta 3 with the 4, 6, and 7.
That's correct.
All right, and you see the picks are over here. We'll put all of our comments and wagers over at horseracingtoday.net when we're done. So you can head on over there, horseracingtoday.net. Take me about 15 minutes after we're done with the show to get it up. I'm going to go with number 3 in here as well. That is Sensible Jim for me too as my top choice. Sensible Jim is a neck away from winning both of his races at Parx on the dirt track after shipping in from Tier 1 tracks. Number 1, Emperor's Claws is a New York Racing Association NYRA track dropper, the most late pace in the field, and had some better early pace numbers last out. So maybe horse can connect the beginning to the back this time around. Number 4, Stevie T, significant class dropper here, Terry. Lone P horse in the field. but only has a 50-50 record, second off the bench, but some good workouts in between races. And finally, number 7, Liam's Blue Moon is another track dropper with brilliant 2 and 4 early pace gains. Top last race speed figure last out. You're going to see a theme from me here. I like to have a little bit of action in every race. So this is how I actually bet when I'm at the track. I'll do a 50-cent trifecta, 1-3 with the 1-3-4 with the 1-3-4 and 7 to get cracking for me in race number 1. All right, Terry, race number 2 you're starting to echo now, is 6 furlongs. This one's a maiden $50,000 for a purse of 50 grand. Not too many races for these horses in here, so I wouldn't pay much attention to the sim odds. The lead, maybe the 1 and the 3 horse look like they have the strongest chance to get to the lead. Our pace worksheet, we see a key scratch here with the 3 horse getting knocked out of this race. The 1 horse looks like it does indeed have the most pace of all the horses that are left. And the 2 horse has a very significant 11-point late pace advantage, meaning if it's within a couple of lengths coming down the stretch, it could be very difficult to hold that one off, Terry. Anybody going to beat it in your book?
Well, I like the number 4 horse, Broadway Charlie Rose. You know, she ran 3rd versus similar in her last race at Parx, and her best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. And then number 2, Hop On Me, ran 3rd in both her career starts at Parx Racing and has a high percentage winning jockey. Number 5 is Tipsy Girl. She has a high percentage winning trainer and switches to high percentage winning jockey. And then my long shot is number 6, Arrogant Gant. She ran 2nd in her last race.
All right. So DC Cooper says, I got to make $250 to do a brake job on my car before going out of town for Christmas. Could you help me with some winners or exactas to get my car up and running? Well, here we go. This is how we would actually bet a car. So good luck with the brake job, not the brake job. Yeah, well, I mean, you can break it both ways, I guess, right?
Yeah, we don't want it to break. We want it to stop.
Indeed. But sometimes I feel like breaking my car for sure. My computer, my phone, a lot of different things at times. In race number 2, I like the 4 horse. The 4 horse is Broadway Charlie Rose. It's the one you like as well, Terry. Showed better in the second half of her last start. Has a nice pair of workouts between races. Number 2, Hop On Me. As I mentioned in the Way to the Winner's Circle worksheet, this guy has a huge late pace advantage. Just needs to get off to a little bit of better start. Equistar is the 3rd choice here. Showed some early pop in her debut. Maybe show some more in race number 2. And finally, number 5, that is Tipsy Girl. Was well bet in the debut. You have the top jockey trainer combination at Parx of Ruben Silvera and Jamie Ness. That horse didn't show up in that race, so let's see if it can show up again today. Again, 50-cent trifecta for me. I'm going to put my top 2 picks over my top 3 picks over my top 4 picks. Just $4 keeps me involved. And if I win, typically what I'll do during the track is once I start winning, I'll start upping my bets a little bit. Start heading out to the trifectas with more money, pick 3s, pick 4s, that sort of stuff. Next race on the card here at Parx is race number 3, Terry. This one is 1 mile and an eighth. It's claiming $7,500 and $500 for non-winners of 3. The purse is $22,000 here, Terry. The Way to the Winner's Circle for a 1 and 1 mile eighth race at Parx. So far, 50-50 in terms of closers versus front runners. The 2 and 3 and 8 and out have been the best performing post positions. Rail and 4 through 7 have been penalized, although there have only been 12 races at the distance so far. And in race number 3, no scratches, but this is a very competitive race when the gates open. All of them but the 4 of the 7 have some very similar early pace numbers, but the pace 4 horse does have a strong late pace edge coming home with a +8 margin. Terry, what do you have for this race?
All right. Well, I like the number 2 horse, Large. He ran 2nd versus similar in his last race and has a high percentage winning jockey. Number 1, Mr. Biggs, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning jockey, and his best start speed is fastest among today's starters. And then 9, My Brother Neil. He likes Parx racing. He's won 2 races and drops in class today. Also, number 8 is my long shot. He finished 3rd in his last race. He drops in class today. And if you have a little extra budget, I'd play a little bit of money on this horse.
So you like here, you have some bets here, 5 to win on the 2?
I don't. Yeah, I do. Yeah, absolutely.
And then you have a $1 exact, the 2 with the 1, the 8, and the 9.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
All right, I like number 5 here. Black Mama did run a Z pattern last time out. We are in race number 3, right? Mm-hmm. So we have some completely different horses here. So I hope we're the right race.
Yeah, I think we are. I got a little confused myself, but
all right. Well, I got Black Mama. Did run a Z pattern last time out with the top last race speed figure for a horse that has the best combination of early speed and late speed. Number 6, Will Take Control is the second choice. Much better in race numbers last time out, and then has a maintenance work in between. So 6 should be sharp here. Number 8, Oringo, held the speed much longer in that last race. Did some faster times in holding that speed for a longer time, and has a bullet workout in between. A lot of good things to like about that 8 horse there. And finally, number 1, Mr. Briggs. This guy's coming in from New York Circuit. Trainer Merktan Kantamarasi. I know I screwed that up. Wins at 23% when he ships horses in. It's an alpha angle for Merktan because he only wins at 13 or 14% overall. I think we're on the right race there, Terry. I'm pretty sure we did the right race there. Race 4 is next up on the card, and it is a 6 furlong maiden race for $50,000. A lot of first-time starters here, so a lot of the data is incomplete. There is not a way to the winner's circle worksheet because a lot of them haven't run yet, so kind of tough to tell what they're going to do when the gates open. But when the photo's taken, Terry, how are they going to line up? I think you're on mute.
Yeah, I just had to unmute it. So, all right, I like the number 2, the Archer. Well, I can't read that, too much to me. Anyway, she's finished 4th in her maiden race at being bumped at the start. She came 5 and wide into the stretch. So I think with a better start today, she's going to do a lot better. And then at number 8, Filtered Light, finished 3rd in her only start, has a high percentage winning trainer, switches to high percentage winning jockey. Number 6 is got a high percentage winning jockey and trainer, and the dam has 2 winners from 2 starters and 1 stakes winners. And then I have no long shot that I've picked. To me, this is a really wide open race, so I have no bets.
Okay, so I have in this race for race number 4, I'm going to start off with that 6 horse, Precipice. You got Kendrick Camouche coming in for 1 mount in a maiden race. This horse better be special. Otherwise, I don't know why he would make that trip in, right?
Yeah.
Number 3, Take It to the Max. I'm looking at that November 5th workout at 44 furlongs and 47 and 2. It might be the best workout that any of them have in terms of their published works. Number 8, Filtered Light, showed some solid speed out of the gate in the debut. Decently bet, has 16 furlongs of workouts since that race. And then number 2, the Archer or Threepray. Archer or Threepray. Had a tough start in the debut race, closed ground late. Trainer Luis Linder wins second career starts at 20%. It's an alpha angle for him because normally he wins at 17% overall. And I do have another $4 trifecta, 3-6 with the 3-6-8 with the 2-3-6-8. So I'll sprinkle a little bit of money in there. You know, I heard Eddie Olczyk, the great hockey player, once say that a man's got to make a bet every single day because he might be walking around lucky and not know it. So I kind of have that same philosophy for every race. I might have the right horses, so I put $4 on it and see what happens. I do have a few horses later on that I'm going to key some bets around. Race number 5 is 6.5 furlongs. It's claiming 5,000 non-winners have won in a year. The purse is $18,000. At 6.5 furlongs, we find the type of horse that wins has tactical speed, preferably has an inside post compared to an outside post. We can go back to our way to the winner's circle worksheet. A couple of scratches in here that may or may not have been significant. 5 horse maybe with the top late pace. Actually was one I was going to put in a exact 20-1, but since it scratched, the 12 horse in here has a strong 7.8 advantage at the 4 furlong marker. So if it can hang on for 2.5 more furlongs, could go wire to wire. And interestingly, in this race, you see almost everybody wants to be a co-pilot or back. 10 horse, if it can get out to the lead by itself or to 12, could be very dangerous with the lone speed type, Terry. Is a lone speed taking it home for you? You got some other ideas?
No, I'm going to go with number 1, Manolette. She finished second in her last 3 races, has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer, and the rail post is winning at a 20% clip. Then number 7, This I'll Defend. She drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer. Number 3, Drina's Bullets, my next pick. She ran second versus similar in her last race. And my long shot is number 4, Keeping the Peace. She drops in class today. And I'm going to play a 50-cent trifecta. I'm going to box the 1, 3, 4, 7.
1, 3, 4, and 7 for the 50-cent trifecta box for Terry. I don't know. Whoa. I don't know what's going on with this thing today. All of it was supposed to be working, right? And now it's not working right. So I double-checked it. But anyway, let's see if it works for me, Terry. In race number 5, I am going to go with the 1 horse as well as my top selection. Manolette had the top last race speed figure last time out and has a big combination of early speed and late speed, an 8-point combination compared to everybody else. Has the best Parx numbers too by a decent margin. Maybe this is one you might want to single in some of your vertical bets. Number 7, This I'll Defend. Faster opening half mile last time out at 1 mile and 70 yards versus 1 mile. Trainer Jamie Ness does hit 27% when he goes from the route to the sprint angle. So I think last time out, maybe just try to run him at that route as hard and as fast as you can for this race. Number 4, Keep the Peace. Does have some back class. Been off since August the 4th. The workouts are okay, but that back class is something to keep in mind. And then finally, number 12 does have that very significant early race advantage at 4 furlongs. Just needs to hold on. So keep an eye on those fractions. If you get out of like 48, that's a really good chance to take this race wire to wire. The next race on the card is race number 6, Terry. Race number 6 takes us 1 mile and 70 yards for a purse of $12,500. I mean, that's the claiming price. The purse is $24,000. Again, in 1 mile and 70 yards, you're looking for horses that have some early speed, particularly on the inside. Although 8 and out outperforms 4 through 7. Our pace set up for race number 6. This horse race got a lot of scratches in there with the 6 horse being out. 2 horse being out knocks it down to a 5 horse field. A lot of times in these short fields, I like to focus on the speed. That looks like the 4 or 5, but if they go too fast, this 7 horse has a lot of late pace and will probably run by far the most complete effort. How do you see it, Terry?
Yeah, this really changed my betting scheme quite a bit, so I had to, hurry up. I think that 4 Sweet Sugar Baby, she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I think she's going to win this race. And then I like number 5, Sprinkle This. She has an early foot and can go all the way with a nice jockey change. Number 3, Marty's Dilemma. Her best start speed is fastest among today's starters. Long shot is number 7. She likes finishing in the money. And I'm going to bet $10 to win on the number 4. Then I've got a $4 daily double. I'm going to key the 4 with the 3, 4, and 7.
So it does look like your 4 here, Terry, according to the 1,000 simulations for early speed, should be the one that's on the lead at the quarter-mile marker. If not the 4 horse, then maybe the 2. But if you look at the odds here, it says that the 4 horse might be a little bit of an underlay. And 1,000 race simulation, it came out as a winner that would 8-1 odds would be the correct odds. But again, that's just using the speed number, not other factors as well. In this race, I like the 7 horse as my top selection. That is Miss Kilo. Did run a minor Z pattern in the last time out. It does have that 11-point late pace edge. And I think with the scratches, is going to be right off the leaders. And then if you combine the early pace and late pace, has 6-point advantage over anybody else. Number 3, Marty's Dilemma. Been working out okay to good for this spot. Track needs to be fast. It's good, so maybe downgrade it a little bit. The 4 horse in here, Sweet Sugar Baby. Not quite sure why this one's a 7-5 morning line favorite, to be honest with you. Maybe the odds maker knows something. I don't know. But the horse does show some early pace in its previous races. But I don't think it merits 7-5 personally. Probably go off 1-5 and win by 20 lengths now. Number 5, Sprinkle This. It was a tough call for me over that 1 horse. But I'm going to take the early pace here with the weight break over the horse that doesn't have early pace and has to carry a full load. Race 7 at Parx. Today, we see that we're going to roll 6 furlongs, Terry. Oh, I do have a wager there in that last one, too. I'm sorry. 50-cent trifecta, 3-7 with 3-4-7 with the 3-4-5 and 7. Back to race 7, where we're going to go 6 furlongs. 6 furlongs on the main course. Of course, you want to have early speed. The rail can be a little bit of a penalty. Looking at this spot, Creative Copy looks like it has about a 53% chance to get to the lead. Not bad for a horse that's 12-1 morning line. The next horse up in line, the Co-Pilot, probably the 3 horse. As far as odds are concerned, it looks to me like the 3 horse could be an underlay there. Those 1,000 simulations show that those odds should be about 3-5. Again, that's just using the speed figures, not other factors as well. However, that 3 horse, I think, is scratched, Terry. So no worries about that, right?
I didn't know it was scratched.
I'm pretty sure we're in race number 7, right? I got the 3 horse scratched in my picks. Maybe I'm wrong. Race number 7. Let's hold on and make sure here. Race number 7, make sure I'm right. Race number 7. I see that I'm sorry. It's the 5 and the 6 that are scratched. I got All right. So that messes up my picks. Yeah, no race 5. I got the 5 and all right. Anyway, I think I scratched off the wrong things on the sheets. All right, folks. Well, anyway, let's go to our picks, Terry. What do you have in race number 7? Hey, you're on mute, friend.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there. Anyway, number 7, I have the number 3, Empress Ariana.
Mm-hmm.
She won their maiden race at Parx easily and has a high percentage winning jockey. Number 4, Classy Nancy. She has finished in the money in 4 out of her 5 career races. She won one of those starts. Number 7, Warrior's Ransom's my next pick. She finished 3rd in her last race. Her jockey the last 7 days has been in the money 10 out of 15 times and won 6 of those starts. And then I like the long shot number 1, Madeline's Gargu, whatever. She won her last race at Mammoth. I'm going to bet 10 to win on the number 3, and then I'm going to bet a $2 exacta with a 3 on top over the 4-7.
You're not going to put the 3 in there because you have the 3 in there too.
Well, I can't because I only have one.
Yeah, on top. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, see, I had to change this race around when they scratched.
I think the 5 scratched out of this race.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. In race number 7,
the
5 and the 6 scratched out.
And so it really kind of changed my betting around. So it's just the 3 on top of the 1-4-7.
All right. So in race number 7 for me, and I crossed out the wrong horses on mine, but I still kept the 3 horse in my picks for whatever reason. Any case, I like the 3 horse Empress. Who in the hell? Let me just check this out, Terry, because I think I might have screwed a couple things up. I still have, actually, I had the 4 horse in here as my top choice at first. Let's see. Yes, I still have it. So I have the 4 horse in here as my top choice. Classy Nancy, consistent performer. Jamie Ness, Ruben Silvera, nice workout since the last outing. I don't know how I'm screwing myself up here a lot. The 3 horse is my second choice, Empress Ariana. Not sure what to make of the debut. It turned into top late pace, early pace combination, despite having a slow start. Made a big move, although the final time was slow. It's a lot of mixed signals in this one. I have the 1 horse in here as my next choice, Madeline Groju. Went wire to wire in the maiden win at Monmouth in the 5th try. Steady work since. I'm going to put the 2 horse in here as my final choice. So this trifecta is going to go 3-4 with the 1-3-4, excuse me, with, let me just correct this, 1-3-4 with the 1-2-3-4 as my final selection in there. It's since the 6 is scratch. So that reflects, come on, man. I don't know, Terry. Sometimes these computers get on my nerves. All right, there we go. So that's how I'm going to play that race. All right, let's see if we can get back on track for race number 8, Terry. Before we do that, though, it looks like race number 1 might just be about ready to go. Let's look and see. Yes, indeed. Race number 1 is off to the races. And looking at it, comes down. Right now, the 7 horse is on the lead. Got a pretty sizable lead, too. And around the corner they come. As they come around, the 7 was a 7-5 morning line favorite. The 3 horse is making up a lot of ground on the outside. The question is he going to go by the 7 horse? As the 7 horse, because he's really all out on that 3 horse. Looks like the 7 might be your winner in here, Terry.
Well, it was a long shot. It was 6-1 on the morning line. So
yeah, but he's 7-5 right now.
Oh, that everybody saw what we saw.
So it's going to come in. Looks like 7, 3, and looks like the 5 on the outside. Maybe the 4 might clip him, but it doesn't look like it. 7, 3, and 5.
Darn, my 3 ran.
Wait a minute. Yep, 7, 3, and 5. The 3 did make a little bit of a move at the end there. So 7, 3, and 5 to get started in the opening day on the opening race. All right, Terry, let's move on to, what are we on now? Race number 8 now, right?
Yeah.
All right. So race number 8, it is. Wish we would have got that first one off to a good start, but can you do? I'm down $4 on the day. See if we can make it up in the next race. Race 8 is 6 furlongs, claiming $15,000. Purse is $30,000. In this race, it sure looks like the 7 Jet Force is the one that's likely to get the lead. 64% of the time in my simulations had the lead at the quarter-mile marker. This is one of those races where next race coming up. I'm going to do a pick 4 here, Terry, as my bet. This looks like a pretty wide open race according to the odds. If we take a look at race number 8, I hope there are no scratches in race number 8 because I didn't mark any down. We see that when the gates open, the 3 and the 7 are the most likely pace setters. The 1 horse has a late pace plus 6 edge, so should be really in the mix coming down the stretch, Terry. When they hit the final run, how will it be done?
Okay, well, I like in this race 8, number 8, Minding Millie. She just missed winning her last race and is now trained by Jamie Ness and ridden by Ruben Silveira, which is a really good combination. Number 3, this round's mine. She has won 3 races out of the last 4, finishing second in her last race. Then I like number 6, High Time Valentine. She has finished in the money in 4 out of the last 5 races. She won one of those starts, and she'll be closing to try to win this race. And then my long shot is number 4, Starship Rogue. She has won 4 races at Parx Racing and likes the distance. I'm going to bet $4 to win on the number 8 horse, and then I'm going to box for 50 cents, a trifecta box, 3, 4, 6, 8.
I like number 3. This round is mine, is my top selection. Did show some better early pace last out and has the top combination of early speed and late speed. So looking for a horse that's involved from go to photo. Number 5 is my second choice. What is going on today? I'm telling you, this computer's driving me nuts. Number 5, my second choice, top last race speed figure, did run some better fractions last time out. I'm a big fan of that. 3 consecutive speed figure increases and catches a weight break today. Number 6, High Time Valentine. Should have probably had this one second because it has a case of Parx second-itis, 10 times out, 2 wins, 6 seconds. Also has second-itis at the distance as well. 12 races, 2 wins, and 5 seconds in there. And then finally, number 8 is my final choice in here. Your top pick, my 4th pick. I like this guy too, Terry. This one is that Nest claim. Wins 33% of the time off of the claim, and it goes up to 35% when he claims and drops. I'm going to go ahead and do my pick 4 here. I'm going to do 3, 4, 6, and 8. 3, 5, 6, and 8, excuse me, with the 5, 9, with the 1, 8, with the 1, 3, 4, and 5. So in race number 8, 3, 5, 6, 8, race number 9, 5, 9, race number 10, 1, 8, and then race number 11, 1, 3, 4, and 5. As you can see, I like the next race is race number 9. At race number 9, we're running 6 furlongs again, Terry. 6 furlongs does favor speed. You just do not want to be on the rail because the rail does get a little bit of a penalty. This is an allowance, $8,000 for a purse of 33. Looks like when the gates open, your 5-horse Nimble Beast is likely to be the pace setter. Also one that looks like it should be maybe a little bit lower odds. 4-1 morning line, according to 1,000 simulations, maybe closer to 7-5, 8-5. The 9 horse is another in here that looks like it might be a little bit of underlay according to the morning line odds. Should be maybe closer to 2-1 according to our 1,000 simulations. In race number 9, the 4-horse scratched. The 5-horse indeed does have some of the most late speed. The 9 early speed. The 9 has the most late speed. 2 of them I think are going to factor heavily. Terry, what about you?
Yeah, I like in this race the number 9, Float On. You know, he won his last race at Parx Racing, dropped some class today, and has a highest speed figure at today's distance. And then number 8, Yes, It's Saru. Ran second in his last race at Parx Racing. Distance won't be a problem for this horse. And then number 5, that speed horse, Nimble Beast, has finished in the money in 7 out of 8 races, so it likes to be in the mix. Won 5 of those and likes this distance. Then my long shot is number 7, Portal 1. He won 6 out of 10 races last year and is returning to Parx, where he won 3 out of 4 races. I'm going to actually do a pick 3 here, 50 cent. I'm going to use the 5, 8, 9 with the 1, 7, 8 with the 1, 3, 4, 7.
All right. In race number 9, I'm going to go with Float On as my top selection as well. Float On drops in class off the top last race. Speed figure owns the most late speed in this race and has a decent workout in between spots. Number 5, that Nimble Beast. I think this one's going to be on the gas from beginning to end. Solid in the last race, tied for the top Parx numbers overall with that 9 horse. Number 7, Portal 1 is my third choice. Been off since May, but coming back to the right track. Parx, 4 times out, 3 wins, nothing else behind it, but a couple of okay works. The only thing was a couple of times back at Penn National, it came back off the break and won. Last time it came back at Parx off the break and didn't win. So 50-50 record there. Number 8, Yes, It's Rue is my final choice in race number 9. This one's dropping in class after showing more pace between the beginning, the middle, and the end, so improved across the board. I'm going to do a 50-cent trifecta here with the 5 and the 9. Well, first off, I'm starting off at a $5 double. 5-9 in race number 9 with the 1-8 in race number 10. Then a 50-cent try, 5-9 with the 5-7-9 with the 1-5-7-8 and 9 in race number 9. Going big on the 9 in that spot, Terry. Race 10, as we go on, is 6.5 furlongs. Again, this is one where you want to have tactical speed, preferably inside speed because it performs better than the outside speed. According to our early pace setup, the 8 horse here, Center Court Champ, has a 75% chance to be your leader when they hit the quarter-mile marker. Looking at the odds board, maybe 4 might be a nice overlay or underlay, whichever way you look at it. Mid-time Rose looks like a 61 morning line, but when we simulated out 1,000 races using speed figures, looks like the horse's odds should be closer to 2-1. In race number 10, our way to the winner's circle worksheet. Pretty balanced race. That 8 horse indeed does look like it has the most early speed with a plus advantage at 4 furlongs. The 1 is your lone PC type in here. Always very important, especially in a race like this where it's kind of front loaded with speed. Look for that late pace to kick in and the horse to take advantage of its full race ability. Terry, you got the 1 on top here?
I absolutely do. I love those PC horses. And I think this race is set up exactly right for this horse. Number 1, Nurturing. She won her last race at Parx Racing, has the highest last race speed rating, and the rail post is winning, as I said before, in a 20% clip. Number 8, Center Court Champ. Won her last race at Parx Racing. It has a high percentage winning trainer. Then that number 7, Plain Drunk. She is trained by Jamie Ness, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. My long shot would be Precious, number 2. She's trained by John Service and is ridden by Frankie Pendleton, one of our guests last week. So
I'm going to start off in the 10th race, the first leg of the daily double, the late double, with number 8, Center Court Champ. It does have that early pace advantage, 3 consecutive speed figure increases in a row. and looking to make it 4 in the classic third start after a layoff. Number 1, Nurturing gets my second choice in Parx race number 10. Top last race speed figure last time. Today it moves inside to that high percent winning rail. It was much better in the late portion of its last start. It does have the most complete racing ability with the top early pace, late pace advantage in the field. Number 4, Midtown Rose. Last 2 at Parx would be good enough to win here, but blew a tire last time out at Aqueduct. So let's see if it can return to form coming back down I-95. And then finally, number 7, Plain Drunk. There you see Ruben Ness, Jamie Silvera. Again, you can't look past those two. It was a little bit better out last time through the first half, so it could be an indication that the horse is coming into form. I'm going to do a $1 double here with the 1-8 in race number 10, followed up with the 1, the 3, the 4, the 5, and the 8s in race number 11, which is where we go right now, Terry. Race 11 is 6 furlongs. Again, the early speed bias favors horses that have some early giddy up and go, but not horses necessarily that are on the rail. Since claiming 5,000 non-winners of 2, this horse race looks like this 3-4 horse Liviosia should be all by itself on the lead. I actually had to make the numbers change because it kept telling me that 100% of the time it would be on the lead. So it better be on the lead today. Otherwise, it's going to make me look foolish. Our way to the winner circle worksheet. It does indeed look like the 4 horse will be the one on the lead. It has a plus early advantage at 2 and 4 furlongs. If you can't hold on to that speed on the end, that 1 horse will try to chase him down for the win in the nightcap. Terry, who's going to win the last race of the day? I think you're on mute.
Still muted there. All right, and this last race in the nightcap, I like that number 4 horse, Lavarosa. She is trained by Michael Pino, who when dropping a horse, wins 29% of the races. Number 1 is my second pick. She drops in class today, has the highest last speed rating. Number 3, I like is my third pick, Penance. She ran second versus similar in her last race and switches to high percentage winning jockey. My long shot is number 7, Storm Being. She ran second versus similar her last race, has the highest last race speed rating at today's distance, and her best start speed is best among today's starters.
I expect this 4 horse Liviosa to get out to the front, stay out in the front. Was claimed. Now it's dropping in class, which is a 30% angle for trainer Michael Pino, who ordinarily wins at 23%. So that's an alpha angle for him. So horse making the third start off a layoff, so looking for some improvement. Number 3, Penance, won a third of her Parx races. She's been out 33 times at the track, won 11 of them, 2 seconds and 5 thirds. So you can't overlook that record at all. Number 1, Hawa, whatever. Tied for the top last race speed figure and drops in class in here, which could be the difference for a horse which is a very consistent performer. And then finally, number 5, Southern Sense, tied for the top last race speed figure, gets a weight break in here as the lone horse that has the EP style. And those lone EPs are very, very dangerous. So 4, 3, 1, and 5 for me. No bets for me, Terry, in race number 11 because I allotted up all of my budget. Again, all of our picks, our thoughts, and our wagers will be posted over at horseracingtoday.net in just a moment. Our full picks for the card today look like this. Let me shrink this down here, Terry. Race 1 is already in the books. It ended up going 7 with 3. So the price horse did come home first, and the favorite did not. Here are our full picks for the entire Parx card. Terry, a little later on today at 8 p.m. Eastern, our good friend Sean will be back. And tonight, he'll be working with our host who's making the first debut. That is Julie Ramjet. And their guest tonight will be Aaron McLennan. Make sure you turn on for that because I'm sure Julie's going to be a fantastic new guest. You see Julie on the right and trainer Aaron McClellan on the left. If you're going to bet college football, the bowl games are going to get kicked off this week. The picks with the professor, he'll have your college basketball covered tonight, but college football with all these bowl games kicks up Friday. There's a link down in the description down below. You're going to want to make sure you benchmark that with all of these big games at the in the bowl season coming up for college football. And a little bit later on today, if they don't cancel like they did last Monday, Turf Paradise is the free track today over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. Just go ahead down in the link below. and you'll be able to move over there. You'll see Ramblin' Man in a $35,000 stakes race is the top choice at the Arizona track. Terry, I think that wraps everything up. Any final thoughts before we get up and out of here?
Yeah, my 49ers went and showed everybody yesterday they're the team to beat. I'll tell you, that that quarterback that was drafted last, they called Mr. what? Mr.
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Well, I think he's pretty relevant. He did a really good job. He looks fantastic to me. But other than that, I hope you have a good week. Watch out for any of this nasty weather. Whatever you do this week, I hope it works out for you, and give your loved ones a love and a kiss. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Twitter and Facebook, TikTok, Instagram at Horse Race, the number 2 day, and have a great day.
At 49ers, just I hate to rain on your 49ers parade, Terry and Charles. I know you both love the 49ers. No rookie quarterback has ever won the Super Bowl. Brock Purdy will not be the first. So if you guys want to make wagers, I'm more than glad to take your money.
Well,
no matter what you do today.
Yeah, wait a minute. Last time we made a wager, I won. So I'll wager you, because he may not be the quarterback in the Super Bowl. It may be Garoppolo, and you can always have a first.
There's always a first for everything. But if Hall of Famers couldn't do it, I doubt that Brock Purdy will do it. In any case, folks, no matter if you're a 49ers fan, why would you be that? Or any other fan in the league, we certainly hope that your day, your picks, be it college basketball, college football coming up, the 49ers, whoever else that you're doing, we hope that your day ends up in one place, Terry, and that can only be
the winner's circle.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us today. Terry and I will be back tomorrow again, same time, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, as we'll cover day 2, Tuesday, for Terry Tuesday at Parx. Until then, have a fantastic day.